Yeah, my guys, what's up? How you guys doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, my name is Albert, and I'm an international student studying in Canada. So, guys, in this video, I will be discussing um, visas denials, so samples of visas denials and GCMS Note. So I collated it from my friends and from online. We'll try to do a kind of an analysis of the GCMS Note, but however, it's not a professional guide. I think if you need more professional guide or someone you can ask or interpret your GCMS note, you can refer to a visa agent or a Canada consultant, and before you make your decision. So without further ado, let's jump in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll be analyzing Canada visa denials letter. Then we'll also talk about the GCMS note. Let me just remove this coming soon. So now it's not coming soon again. Okay. So yeah, but the way we're going to do it now is that I'm going to analyze the we're going to talk about the denial, the first letter they sent to you when your visa is denied. Then we'll now analyze the GCMS notes. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I'll go to this place, this document. Okay, let's start with this first person. Okay, now please take note that the analysis I'm giving here is based on my opinion, and everyone's opinion counts in this matter. So don't take my opinion as a professional guide. So if you want to do more research, you want to consult an expert or an immigration consultant or a lawyer, you are free to do so after this video. So let's check. So now this one, we have this person. He said my sister was refused in 2009. I used my aunt bank statement of $32,000, but still refused. She has completed 1 year. So you can see he's just trying to give explanation. And now if you see the denial letter, I say I'm not satisfied that you have sufficient money. Now I've said it countless times that your denials letter does not actually give you a full blown explanation as to why the VO denied your letter. So you just need to order for the GCMS note. But however, the first letter gives you a hint, a heads up to what they are trying to say. So you can see that this one is many. You can see the point 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5. You see the first one is your asset. The second one is your purpose of visit. The third one is limited employment status in your country the same year. Then proof of fund. You see, I don't know if you have watched my video on where I talked about um, three reasons why visas are denied. One is purpose of study. Two is proof of funds. Then last one is home ties or home establishment. So you're going to see them play out in this video today. So let's check the next one. This one is again proof of funds. You say I'm not satisfied that you live Canada at the end of the stay. Let's just go down. You have no your asset and financial situation are insufficient to support your stay purpose of travel. Are you seeing the proof of fund again? So let's go to the next one. So this one we have proof of fund and home ties. You say okay, I'm not satisfied based on your financial asset and personal asset and financial status. Then we also have this one is home ties. Now this one is not home ties. This one is home ties in Canada. So I'm not saying you should lie, but if you are showing ties, make sure the one you have in your home back in your home of residence, your country, is higher than the one you have in Canada. So just be smart in packaging your your ties. Okay. So this one again, proof of fund. You see, I'm not satisfied based on your personal asset and financial status. You see, proof of fund, proof of fund. Yeah, we have proof of fund and home ties in Canada. You see, this one I said, I'm not satisfied that you have sufficient available financial resources without working in Canada to pay your tuition fees for the course or program or study that you intend to pursue. Then next one I said, okay, uh, um, you don't have sufficient available resources without working together to maintain yourself and any family members who accompany your purpose of study. Okay, tell me I made mistake here. Okay, this one is just home ties. Oh, sorry, proof of funds. Okay, okay, yeah, we have family ties here. Yeah, that's right. Okay, where are we? Okay, you see, now you say you have significant family ties in Canada. You see, this person has showed that he has a lot of families in Canada, and you didn't stress, you didn't buttress on the one you have in your home country. You see, because if you have family ties, if you have a lot of families in Canada, it means that you will not live now. As in, you have relatives who can support, who are who will accommodate you. You meet your families and your home is your home. So they see that Canada is your second home, so they will not want to give you because the visa you're applying for is a temporary resident visa (TROV). Just know that. Then this one, the purpose of visit. Say I'm not satisfied based on your purpose of visit. I believe this person was trying to apply for a visitor's visa, kind of. Then we have this one. This one is three. You see, complete proof of fund, economic status, home ties, and visit. You see, based on your family ties in Canada and in your home, in your country of residence. Then we have this one based on your purpose of visit. Then based on your current employment situation. Then based on your immigration status. Are you seeing it? So now let me talk about this current employment situation. Now Canada wants, if you are coming to study in Canada, you have to show that you are gainfully employed in your country. You have that's what we mean by home establishment or home ties. Is beyond having a family in your country. Like you have a business, you are gainfully employed, you have business, and yes, at least you're coming to study and going back to return to that business. So you need to explain all those businesses and your employment. So that's why it's good you include your letter of your letter of appointment, your job description details, and the rest. Your office ID card and maybe pay slips or pay stubs. Yeah, this one we have proof of fund. Yeah, that you said, okay, you can see now. You said, I'm not satisfied that you have sufficient and available resources without working in Canada to pay your tuition fee. You see, this one is also talking about proof of fund. Okay, let's go. Yeah, so we have this one. We have proof of fund, employment status, home ties, visit, travel history. See, this one is bulky. Yeah, you see this one. You said that you are based on your family ties in Canada and your home of residence. Now, this one is based on your purpose of visit. Sometimes purpose of visit can also mean, from my opinion, can also mean your purpose of studies. We will see a lot as we go. Then we have based on your travel history. That's strange to me. Then we have limited employment prospects. So you are not employed. Maybe you're not working, or your work history is not convincing. Yeah. So this one proof of fund, home ties. You can see based on your family ties in Canada and your home of residence. Then based on your immigration status. This immigration status in okay. I don't really understand this one. Maybe we'll ask Bala Blue. Yeah, I hope you're a comrade. Okay, let's move on. Yeah. So home ties, visit. So we have okay, purpose of your visit, then immigration status again. This is a town hall that is different from Bala Blue. Okay, let's go. Yeah, so we have proof of fund, home ties. So we are okay, you can see that based on your personal assets and financial status. You see, based on your family ties in Canada and your home. I'm not saying you lie, but there's a way you package your stuff. Do you understand? So then we have immigration status, current employment. You see, based on your immigration status, then based on your current employment situation. So they are not convinced that you are gainfully employed, you are receiving salary. That is good when you are doing let your application be robust. Don't leave any stone unturned. So then we have this one. I'm not satisfied that okay, visit. You can see this visit. We've seen some before. Then proof of phone and home ties. You can see just one will be seen. Okay, then we have this one. Visit purpose of study again. Okay, now we'll see this one. It said, I'm not satisfied that you will leave Canada at your end of stay as stipulated based on your purpose of visit. Then the second one, I said, this one is very interesting. So your purpose of studies, your proposed studies are not reasonable in light of your qualifications, previous studies, missing mark sheet, academic result, level of establishment, language abilities, financial abilities, and your future potential. You see, this one I term it as poor documentation. Maybe you are saying it because I've said it on my videos, my previous videos. As if you want to do your application yourself, make sure you attach document that can prove what you are saying, because it's a non-appearance visa. So include everything about your academics, your transcript, everything, include them, because you never can tell what the visa is actually looking for in your application. So let it be robust. That's why I said it's just this one is just poor documentation. Probably the person has all these documents and the effect that is not necessary to include them. You can see this one is just like your GCMS note, because the visa officer was even more detailed in his reasons. Okay, let's go. Now we have also the proof of funds. You can see this one. I say immigration status, purpose of study, based on your financial assets and status. And so the person was trying to explain, hello everyone, these are their reasons for my. I actually got a sponsorship from a company where I did my internship a few years ago. They gave me a bank statement of over 100,000 card. I also attached a bank statement of my uncle had. Now I've told us countless times in my video that third-party sponsorship is not is taken with a grain of salt by visa agent. They don't believe that sponsors can actually give you money. Now you can see they say they gave him scholarship and they gave him a bank statement of over 100. They don't care about the money. If the company was actually serious, they would have sent at least at least an amount of money into the person's account just to show. Giving somebody your bank statement is just you still don't have access to the bank, the money, because it's not your official, it's not your personal account. You cannot go because somebody gives you a bank statement, you want to go to the bank to go and withdraw money. It's not possible. So using somebody's account is just a kind of I feel it's a secondary, it's a support. It's not. It shouldn't be the major. And the second one, I say I also attached the bank statement of my uncle, which is what I'm also saying, that your uncle third party sponsorship is not taken seriously by visa agent. They feel that the money may not be available, so no matter the money that is there. So the best way, if your uncle is really serious, he will transfer like a 10,000 card from the money into your account. That's to show that the person is serious. Then the school that gave this person scholarship, you can send it like 20,000 card, a check to show. But giving somebody your bank statement, it's just they feel that you are trying to deceive them. Now we have this one, proof of funds. You see. Okay, then we have this one, a proof of fund visit, personal asset and financial status. Then we have this one, the purpose of visit. You see. So yeah, proof of fund, home ties, visit. You see. Purpose of study, purpose of visit, personal asset. Excuse me. Personal asset and financial status. Okay. So let's go. The proof of fund again, personal asset and financial status. This was the reason why I was denied. So it's just like this. The home ties, you see, this person did well in financial. He passed. He was scored high in his financial proof of fund, and maybe people also did. But what stopped this one now is just home ties. You say I'm not satisfied that you leave Canada at the end of your stay, as stipulated by subsection 216. Based on your family ties in Canada in your home of residence. So what they are saying in this scenario is that the people you have in Canada is more than the one you have in your home of residence, your country of residence. And it's not actually true, because your entire lineage is in your country. You fail to disclose them. And you see that you fail to, maybe you just disclose one or two persons. Visa agent, they are not so sad that they will just know your document. They will know you by your document. They make decision based on the document you submitted. Do you understand? Okay. Now we have proof of fund visit, the same. Okay. Then we have proof of fund employment status visit. You see. Okay. Yeah. So we have this third one based on your limited employment prospect in your home of country. So you see saying that this person is not gainfully employed. Now probably the person is well employed, but the person failed to include his employment documents. See, so you can't blame the visa officer because they made a decision based on the document you submitted. That's why he said, I have determined that your application does not meet the requirement, because what they are saying is that your document, your application, not what you have. Then we have proof of fund, employment status, still boils to what I'll be saying. The proof of fund, employment status, you can see your current employment status does not show that you are financially established in your country of residence. You have limited employment possibilities, country of residence. You see, so I think that's all about this letter. I believe at least I've shown you about 30 denials letter, which I feel you can know, you can have an idea. So now we're going to move to the next stage, which is analyzing the GCMS note, which I will, yeah, that's where I'm actually waiting for. Yeah. Okay, now let's look at this GCMS note. Now, like I said before, my analysis is based on my personal opinion, and it's not a professional analysis. So you can do more by researching and consulting an immigration lawyer if you feel that you need to do so before you take your next step, your second step in applying for your visa to Canada. So the first one, I said, lying application filling or lies or undisclosed previous denial. Now you can see, applicants seeking entrance for studies accompanied by 2 children. First of all, undeclared US visa. And this person had applied for visa, maybe applied for to US visa a long time ago. If you are filling your visa application online, there's a place they will ask you, have you ever been denied visa to any other country before? Now, one thing you have to know is that Canada belongs to the 5 Eyes. They call it the 5 Eyes country. And the 5 Eyes country, they share the same database. Like talking about Canada, UK, New Zealand, Australia, and the US. And you see so they share, so they can easily detect if you have been denied. They can run a background check and know if you have been denied. So this person, that probably the person thought that they will not know. And funny enough, if you said you have been denied before, it does not affect your current application. So why not be truthful in answering the questions? You see, taking applicant plan of study into account, the document provided in support of the applicant financial situation does not demonstrate that funds will be sufficient enough. That's proof of fund I talked about here. You see, I'm not satisfied that the proposed studies will be reasonable expenses. You see, proof of fund for the third party of the unknown relationship with the applicant. I have concern that the funds are not intended for the applicant and for our 2 children for the duration of the study. The study plan does not appear reasonable given the applicant's employment and education history. I note that the applicant's previous studies were in an unrelated field. The client has previous study at a higher academic level than the previous studies in Canada. The client proposed study are not reasonable given the career path. You see that. So what the person is trying to, this is a basic analysis of GCMS note. Now what the person is saying now from here, you can know that the person was denied for proof of fund and purpose of studies. You see, I've explained. I don't know. I will not be explaining purpose of study and proof of fund here because I believe I've done a video on that, so you can go and watch the video so that you know why I talked about proof of fund and purpose of study. I said when you are applying for a course, make sure you have a basic knowledge of the course back home and use what you have studied. Maybe you have basic knowledge of it. You can't study accounting and you are coming to study nursing. That's the part is not clear. So let's go to the next one. It's okay. Now we have here lies here. I'm not satisfied that you have truthfully answered all the questions in the document you have submitted in supportive application as required by. Now, you even said that your answer to question 2B on your application form, you see that your application form. So if you have ever failed before, you know that I don't know what they actually ask, and they detected that you lied, and you see. Now see, okay, now we have another one, and so we have doubt about sponsorship relationship and proof of loan. This is what I was talking about. That if you are presenting a third party sponsor's account, they treat it with a grain of salt. Now I said I have reviewed your application, taking the applicant's plan of studies into account. The documents submitted show some funds seems available, but there are concerns that the third party fund will be sufficient and available for the whole course. I'm not satisfied that the proposed study will be reasonable. Are you seeing it? So they feel that yes, the money is there, but being that it's your third party, they have concerns, see that they have doubts that this money will be available because it's not your personal money, it's not in your account, and it's not your parents who from the day one they've been taking care of you, they sponsor you from your kindergarten to your university or your current educational stage. Yeah, so yeah, we have people of studying proof of fund and irregularities in document. This one is very interesting. Okay, let's read. The applicant has no previous study. The applicant is a business owner since 2017. The applicant is now applying to complete a business administration marketing program at the college level. The study plan does not appear reasonable given the applicant employment and educational history. The applicant provided the bank statement, listener, along with an explanation letter. I noted that the applicant is currently working, however, the income wouldn't be accurate anymore since the applicant will be studying in Canada and not working in his current job. I noted that the applicant is stating to have some savings. However, the provided proof isn't an official document. Based on the information, we can only see that the savings is under the name Alex. You see now irregularities. So you have to check your names very well. If you need to do an affidavit, then the name Alex and the amount of money. The full name of the applicant isn't mentioned on the document. You see, the transaction of the account isn't provided. Therefore, we cannot be certified that the account is the applicant's account. Neither is the amount of money showed is actually available. Are you seeing it? I noted that the transfer of so and so money and so and so date. The applicant is stating that the lump sum transfer is from his savings account. However, the savings account as mentioned cannot be considered as a sensitive as being the applicant account. Are you seeing? You see the demonstration the person is trying to say that. So if you are doing your application, you need to be very thorough, as in you need to be thorough and accurate in your study. Then this one is purpose of study. You said applicant is applying for student permit, LOL, letter of explanation, just saying that you have it, all these things. Now working within it, this one is blurred. Sorry, I have to just skip this one. Okay. Now we have home ties and economic establishment. I've reviewed the application. I'm not satisfied that the applicant will leave Canada at the end of their stay as a temporary resident. I note that the client is single, mobile, is not well established, and has no dependent. Most of the applicants' immediate and extended family are in South Africa, which lowers the ties significantly to Ethiopia. Are you seeing that? So now, if you see that, you say this person is single, mobile, and it's not well established, and has no dependent. You say so. If you are a single person, you have a father, you have a mother, you have relatives, you work in a place. There's no man that is an island. You have people around you too. Try and include their pictures, their identity card, anything can show that you have people. Don't just come and you didn't fly from the sky, you didn't jump from the sky. Do you get it? Okay, let's go. Now, yeah, I have poor documentation related to home ties and purpose of study. Weak statement of purpose. Yeah, I have reviewed all the documentation on the file and the applicant proposed plan of study. I have reviewed the applicant's previous study and work experience. I am not satisfied that the applicant plan of study is reasonable in relation to this experience as well as to locally available alternatives. Given the overall reasonableness of PA, that is principal applicant's plan of study, and limited economic opportunities in the country of residence, as well as the limited personal ties to the country of residence and limited personal history. See, when I say poor documentation, so probably this what this visa officer is actually analyzing. This person has it, but he failed to include them. So please include all your documents. Include all your documents, please, so that you'll not be served breakfast. Now we have proof of fund and questionable source of income. Wow. Taking the applicant's plan of study into account, the documentation provided in support of this applicant financial situation does not demonstrate that funds will be sufficient or available or be available. Given that the applicant has failed to demonstrate any proof of income, current employment, business ownership, I have concerns about the source of fund in the bank statement, including its availability to support the applicant studies in Canada. Are you seeing it? So it's not just, I tell you, it's not just having millions of money. You can have like 100,000 Canadian dollars, and if you don't explain it, and somebody who just have 20,000 Canadian dollars and is able to detail and explain with proof of fund, with receipts that these are the money, and they will grant that person's visa and they will deny yours. Are you seeing it? So you see that this questionable source of income, because probably you have too much, maybe the person borrowed the money, and you see. So I said before, I said Canada is not just interested in seeing the money in your account, they want to know where the money came from. So you get, yeah. Okay, so I think that's the end of the GCMS notes, and I will. Sorry if I'm fast. You can just I know I had a lot to deliver today, so that's why I will just fast. But I know you have gained a lot. Now, the last one I'm going to show you, this happened of recent, so I'm going to show you this one because a lot of persons have been asking about using a microfinance account. Now, let me just go to this document. Now, this one happened of recent, and the person applied again, and the person got a visa. So this person applied, I know this person very well. The person applied using a microfinance. Now look at the judgment, look at what the visa officer said concerning that. I feel it's going to help somebody. If a client is applying for a study permit to apply. Now before the person applied with a microfinance account and with his uncle's account. Yeah, that's the two accounts he used. He has an account in the microfinance. So client is applying for a study permit to study 8 months college certificate in network technical support at Conestoga College. I have noted that the client's employment background in this field are rationally included from the client purpose of study as well as the letters of support on the file. The program tuition fee, this amount, then no payment has been made based on the documentation on the file. Now the person has already made payment, but he has already applied before making the payment, so he didn't include the receipt. Are you seeing it? So I keep on saying that your best way to win or to get your visa approved is documentation. If you don't include them, they won't know. Sometimes they may do their research to go and find out, but if they want to verify all your document, it will cost them a lot of money. So they sometimes, because they use their judgment and they analyze it based on the document you have submitted. Are you seeing it? So now I'm not satisfied that document provided in support of the applicant financial situation demonstrate that funds will be sufficient or available to support their stay in Canada. I know that a third party is the primary sponsor. Proof of fund on the file for the sponsor form include an affidavit from the sponsor and a bank statement. There is insufficient evidence on the file of the connection to the third party sponsor. Now, what I am saying that this uncle you are using now, there's no relationship, because actually it's not out of the place to use your uncle, but is there a relationship by, like, you have pictures or the person sponsored you or he paid your tuition fee one time in your country, or you stay with the person. There's no relationship, there's no picture, there's no document to show. Are you seeing it? So they are kind of suspecting if something is actually correct. I'm not satisfied that there will be an obligation for continuing support. Are you seeing that? And therefore that the client will have continued access to these funds. PA, permanent applicant, has submitted a bank statement demonstrating their funds on a file from a property sale. The bank statement is from a microfinance bank. Microfinance have severe limitation to accessing funds from within Canada. Are you seeing that? So now what the person is saying is actually correct, because as a programmer, I know that most microfinance, their API cannot send money directly from their database, their server to Canada bank directly, except from some commercial banks. So I feel if the person has explained that this money is going to transfer this money from his microfinance bank to his own commercial bank, then from there he can able to send it to Canada. I believe it would have helped this guy. He said microfinance bank have severe limitation to accessing funds from within Canada. I'm not satisfied the applicant would have unhindered access to a stable source of fund based on, see, if you have been following the way I've been reading this, you discover that this visa agent, they are very intelligent. They are well trained. So if you are submitting an application bill, scrutinize your document very well. Don't just put a garbage giggle, just garbage something and just submit it. You feel that they'll just just try and see how you can do your best to make your document look presentable. Yeah, I think I've come to the end of this video. If you have any question, as usual, so please drop it on the comment section and I'll do just to that. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can enjoy more content like this. Yeah, bye.